Hello, it is Thursday, June 6th, 2024. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Thursday crossword, which means we're going to be solving a Thursday-themed puzzle with a bit of an intricate or interesting theme. We'll have to find out what exactly that's all about, and this interesting or intricately themed edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Josh Allen, Mike from Vermont, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster and the incorrigible Sheeler Beeler. Thank you so much to the four of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support sustaining this channel, making it an ongoing part of my daily work, for which I'm very grateful. Thank you so much to the four of them, but thank you as well to everybody who backs the channel via the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. If you'd like to join their ranks, you can do so at patreon.com/dailysolve or via a description field link you'll find underneath the video, and that is where are hosted all of the bonus videos available to patrons, as well as for benefactors, the Let's Check the Crosses official mug. Thanks so much to everybody who supports it. And thanks as well if you support the channel by subscribing on YouTube, liking the videos from time to time, commenting if you feel so moved. Those things are all a big help. And finally, you can join that Daily Solve Discord chat server via a description field link as well. It's a nice, friendly chat community. So now let's get on to today's crossword by Michael Lieberman, who's constructed a couple of dozen puzzles for the New York Times. It was edited once again by Joel Faliano. It's a Thursday crossword, so we expect the theme to be a bit more involved than a typical theme. Let's find out how, and let's start solving. Apparatus used in CPR training informally. Defib, maybe? I don't know. Is that used in CPR training? That doesn't really sound like CPR. Apparatus used in CPR training. Maybe it is. I don't know. Let's see. Fist bump. It's a DAP, right? I remember that used to be a more common phrase, and now everyone says fist bump. I remember when I started hearing fist bump, and it felt like a sort of new way to refer to that, and now it's pretty common. Apparatus used in CPR training. So yeah, maybe it is defibrillator. I mean, yeah, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. I guess it would be part of that, because you are trying to resuscitate someone's cardiopulmonary system, so that makes sense. The defibrillator that you put down on someone's chest and then give them a jolt. Okay, so what about this kind of acid? Amino acid, probably one of the basic building blocks of life. And then bird with vestigial wings, an emu. There we go, flightless bird. Like some handshakes, firm handshakes. There we go. If you're following the buddy system, say you're in twos or in pairs, yes. This looks like purple something. Colorful grain, purple. I don't know. I'm not actually sure what that is offhand. We'll come back to it. It's probably a theme clue, but maybe not. Ballet company that premiered Swan Lake, the Bolshoi Ballet premiered Swan Lake. And that's a very, very famous Russian opera company. Okay, colorful grain. Let's see. That in Spanish, eso. Wishful word. Yeah, that looks right, because wishful words are I hope. And then, maybe purple isn't a theme clue, but maybe this one is. Services at a mega church. Well, it's probably masses something. Mega churches are not usually Catholic churches. They're usually Protestant, or what are sometimes called non-denominational, more sort of fundamentalist sects, or however you describe it. But I don't know that matters for the pun. Because a mass is a Catholic service. Anyway, services at a megachurch. Masses of, I don't know if that's actually right, but I'm thinking it'll be masses of something. Let's see. Abound. Maybe not. Because when I see abound, I think team as in teeming with life. It's abounding with whatever it is we're referring to. Back then. Back then. Yore, the days of yore, back then, maybe? I'm not sure. These don't look right together, so I don't think they're both right. Word that looks like an alternative to tisn't. Ain't? It's odd that it says word that looks like an alternative to tisn't. I'm not quite sure I understand what it means when it says looks like. Maybe I'll understand it after it goes in. Beanpole material often. Not sure. Okay, this area is confounding me. Makeshift money, scrip. Oh, maybe this isn't masses. Maybe it's mass something. Mass in something, because makeshift money is scrip, sort of currency issued often by, especially in the past, a company that would operate a sort of company town with its own sort of closed economy. Okay, so that word that looks like an alternative to tisn't. I don't understand the nature of that clue. Oh, and there's a question mark there as well, so it's sort of punny. Okay, so I guess there's a reason I don't quite get it yet, but hopefully it makes sense later. Beanpole. Oh, cane? Yeah, I could imagine that being the case. Cane, like a rod, like a rod, with the material, I mean. Art style associated with Henri Rousseau. I don't immediately see what this is. And here we have back then, once. Oh, okay, maybe it's that. Oh, purple rice. Oh, right. I should have guessed that immediately. There we go. Purple rice, colorful grain. Good. So what's the art style? I don't know. Word that looks like an alternative to tisn't. Snot? Yeah, because you could say tisn't, as in it isn't, or you could say snot is not. So if you imagine contracting the phrase it is not, you could imagine contracting it as tisn't or snot. You could say, oh, tisn't the case, it's not the case. I think that's probably, and then the pun around here is just the fact that obviously snot is a word, an actual word in its own right that isn't a contraction. And so we're sort of punnily manipulating it in this manner. Okay, I think that's the answer. That was pretty opaque to me for a while, but I think it's right. Okay, so abound is team. That's what I wanted it to be. Good. So mass, so services at a megachurch, mass in. I just don't see what this is. Oh, no. It's massive. Oh, right. Okay. So maybe it wasn't maybe it wasn't massive. Oh, maybe it is though. Massive masses? Okay, I was going to say my point about Catholic Mass was irrelevant, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's still relevant. Anyway, so naive is the art style. So no wonder I had such a hard time finding an answer here. I just had a letter is completely incorrect. So let's see if that's right. Massive masses. I think that's probably right. It sounds like it would be the answer to a theme clue. So let's look at the downs. Too bad. Alas, maybe. Blank Valley, the Garden of France. The Loire Valley, the Garden of France. I think that's right. Kid. To tease someone is to kid them. So not a kid as in a child or a baby goat, but to, joke, rib someone or joke at their expense. Prep for a major renovation, say. Don't know. Strike one. Not really sure what that's about. Department of Labor Division, probably OSHA, the federal agency that deals with occupational safety, workplace safety. Certainly be a division of the Department of Labor in the United States. So ballpark figures are, I don't know, it'll end with an S though. Resells on game day, scalps. So if you scalp tickets to a game, you resell them. This looks like gossip something. Occasion to share dirt. Yes, gossip. Gossip sesh, maybe? The share dirt is obviously a sort of slangy way to refer to this. So sesh is also a slangy way to refer to a session. So I think that's fair. So, I see. To gut. If you were renovating a house, say, you could gut it. You could just absolutely tear out everything to majorly renovate it. Strike one. Don't know. Traditional Mexican stew is pozole. There we go. Definitely know that. So then what's this? Strike one. Strike a pose, right. So the exclamation point is used when the clue is not a definition or a synonym, but rather something being said or exclaimed about the answer. So they're saying, oh, strike one, strike a pose. That's something you might strike. And then ballpark figures are ushers. Right. I was completely misled. I was successfully misdirected. I was thinking ballpark figures as in estimates, but no. They're people who might be present at a ballpark. So ushers, I suppose, to show you to your seat. Okay. Sorghum, e.g. That's a sort of gummy kind of substance, I think. Sorghum. Not sure what the answer is, though. Why not? Why not? Not sure. Liqueur whose name translates as bitter in Italian, amaro. There we go. That translates as bitter, and it is indeed bitter. Why not? Sure, I see. Okay, oh, sure, why not? Sorghum, yeah, I'm not sure. Cleveland hoopster, familiarly. Cleveland, ooh, I don't know. I shouldn't even attempt to guess this. It'll just be embarrassing. Impressionist painter, Nolde. I don't actually think I know this artist. Yeah, I'm not sure offhand. Boundless. And what about this? List in a fancy witchcraft guide. Oh, something curses? Cursing curses? No. List. Cursive curses? Don't... I assume it's going to start the same way, in this, just as Massive Masses does. I assume it'll start this. Fancy. It is cursive. Right, because it's fancy. The curses are written in cursive rather than in block script, whatever. Okay, well, there we go. That's the answer. Good. So boundless is vast, as in a vast ocean. Expressionist painter, Emile, maybe? No, that doesn't fit. Historical setting sought in Everything is Illuminated. Sought. I've read this. Doesn't the character go to Russia? What is he? Oh, is Shtetl maybe? Yeah, it could be Emile. Because he's Jewish and he's trying to, I don't remember, it's been so, I read that thing soon after it was published. I actually embarrassingly don't remember the details well enough to remember this. I remember sort of individual scenes from that book, but not the whole plot. But I bet this is the thing. I bet he's looking for a shtetl with historical significance to his family. Experiments seen in Oppenheimer. Something tests. So A tests, maybe atomic tests, or N tests for nuclear tests. I've seen it phrased both ways. So this is referring to the film Oppenheimer based on the life of Robert Oppenheimer. Okay, the old me is gone. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong clue. What a tentative quarterback throws. Something passive passes. That'll be it. So the tentative quarterback operates in a passive manner and throws passes because that's what a quarterback does in the NFL. Okay, so this is Cav for Cavaliers. Okay, so there we go. That wasn't going to be my guess, so I'm glad I didn't say what my guess was. Way back when something... have we filled anything else in completely that I haven't looked at? I don't think so. Oh, sorghum is a crop. Okay, yeah, that I could have probably guessed, but I didn't. So there we go. Way back when... I think have we seen way back when already? Was that once? No, that was simply back then. Okay, anyway. Second sight for short. ESP, extrasensory perception, is a purported ability to see things beyond the physical realm. Spanish 101 verb. Ser? Let's see, what about this? College department that might pay students to be test subjects. The psychology department, presumably. The most important architect of our age, according to Vanity Fair. I don't know. In fact, I don't even know if this is going to be an actual architect or something, being used in a more metaphorical way. Way back when, like a Zen garden vis-a-vis a zoo, serener. I mean, a Zen garden is sort of by intention a very serene place, whereas a zoo is often not. I'm not sure about this still. Okay, we'll keep going. One managing moguls, a skier. So not moguls in the sense of business tycoons, but rather people managing moguls, the kind of, obstacle-strewn ski route, course. Okay, defame. To defame someone is to smear them, probably, in 5 letters with an S. Whoops. Shoes, slangily, are your kicks, could be your shoes. And sorta could be ish, a little bit, sorta. Okay, cardinal point, a beak. So a cardinal, the bird, and it would have a point on its beak. Slips, if you slip, you err, you make a mistake. And to have good chemistry with vibe, or maybe even jibe. Probably vibe. Let's see if that works with this. Long letters, yes, missives. Long letters sent to the wrong person. Massive missives. Are we going to repeat massive? Sort of surprising if so. No. The first word is missives, or missive. Missive. Misses? Oh, to the wrong person. I was focusing on the long part, but I guess the missive is already, in this case, referring to a long letter. And it's sent to the wrong person, so it's a miss. So missive misses. There we go. That's the answer. Good. Okay, foretold, prophesied. There we go. Issued a prophecy, foretold it, foresaw it. Bug specialist, briefly. Bug specialist, briefly. Oh, IT pro? Maybe bugs in the sense of bugs in computer software? That's probably the answer. Cryophobes, fear. Ice, fear of, very things that are very cold. Never heard of that, but it must be the answer. Gala garb could be a tux, a tuxedo, a dinner jacket. And lead into sphere is exosphere. There we go. So sort of a bit beyond. Fall in winter. Sleet could fall during the winter. And organization seeking alien life is SETI, which is the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, I believe. Okay, some sandals are slip-on sandals. And cut and paste, e.g., is edit. Is this not slip-on? Cut and paste, e.g. If you blank what the Rock is cooking, old WWE catchphrase. If you smell what the Rock is cooking, I've heard that before. So this is edit. So then what's this? Some sandals. Oh, they're slid on. Right, okay, so you could describe them as slip-on sandals, or you could say these sandals are slid on. One slides them on. I think that's probably the answer. It's a bit unexpected, but I think it's probably right. Oh, no, it isn't. No, it's still not right. Because wine dregs are lees, the sort of particulate left at the bottom of a cask of wine or what have you. It's discarded. So let's see. Acid, LSD, slides. Some sandals, slides. Are they called that? I don't recognize that. Could you say these are slides? These sandals? It must be the answer. I mean, everything else feels completely correct. Stettel is obviously right at this point. So there we go. So LSD, that'll be right. That's acid in the sense of the psychotropic drug. And then here we have our revealer finally. The old me is gone. Or what happened between the first and second parts of 1928, 37, and 48 across? Very good. So the old me is gone. So, I mean, I can see that there's an I in here that's gone in each of these. Massive. Oh, the old me. What happened between? How does this work exactly? So we have IV has been gone. The old me. Oh, I see. Yes, I forgot to answer this. Sorry, I completely forgot to answer the thing that makes it work. I've changed. So we've changed yes, this makes sense now. We've changed IVE E. So there we go. Massive changes IVE to ES. Oh, maybe they all do. Cursive changes IVE to ES. Passive passes changes IVE to ES. And finally, massive misses changes IVE to ES. Okay, so it's the same in each case. I've changed. The IVE changes in precisely the same manner in each case, which is nice. Very consistent and conscientiously constructed theme. Well, there we go. Very good. The old me is gone. I've changed. Way back when, ages ago. There we have it. Airmen's, superiors, abbreviation sergeants, I suppose. And then something a barb can hurt. Something a barb can hurt. And one's ego, right. So a barb in the sense of a spoken kind of insult or snipe might hurt your ego. Oxford figure, Oxford Dawn, so Oxford University, this is referring to. And very beginning, from the get-go is the very beginning. Name on a poster for 1942's The Magnificent Ambersons. That was a film directed by Orson Welles. His name would be on it. And then, oh, Gehry, Frank Gehry. That's the architect. Okay, so it wasn't anything punny. It was just the name of an architect, and I simply didn't see it. So Spanish 101 verb is ser. There we go. And there we go. Just a hair under 20 minutes. And that was the Thursday crossword with a nice theme. This was not the most Thursday of theme. It was, I would say this was on the conservative side as far as a Thursday theme goes with respect to its level of ambition or complexity, but that's okay. I think I did. I remember seeing an interview or a statement in which Will Shortz, our, I suppose now seemingly permanently former crossword editor, said that there wasn't any actual particular rule about the Thursday puzzle, despite the reputation it has. I sort of suspect that they do intentionally trend towards more unusual themes and sort of slightly collect those themes on that day, because it seems pretty consistent to me. But he did say there's no rule about it, and sometimes you get a theme that I could imagine going out on say a Wednesday or certainly a Sunday. Anyway, there we go. That was the Thursday crossword. Massive masses, cursive curses, passive passes, and missive misses, all demonstrating the phenomenon I've changed. Very nice. And I'll be back tomorrow with a themeless crossword on Friday. Do join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Thursday. Take care.